All right, we are live and we made it. How are you guys doing?
Good, good. I finished my first coffee, so day has already begun.
It's
I'm still
barely
working
10
on
and you
mine.
finished your first coffee.
I'm still working on mine, and I promise not to drop anything this time.
I don't
Thanks
know
for
if you
sharing
guys
that, by the way.
saw.
That is the highlight of my week, and I have not heard the end of it. So thank
That
you,
was one of
Shreya.
my favorite videos to make. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we had this like sneak peek promo recording, and the moment we went live and we started recording it, Rod's, I don't know, what was it, like a water bottle or a coffee mug?
Water bottle,
Just
yeah.
felt bursting. It was beautiful. We have Micah saying, "Oh my God," in the comments. Micah, I feel the exact same way. And we also have Nia saying, "Let's go." And I'm really excited and really pumped. If you guys don't know what this is, my name is Shreya, and I am the host of Decode, which is a weekly live stream workshop series where we just come together and we build really cool projects for developers. And we sort of talk a little bit about notifications and how to build a really good notification experience with an API like Courier. In a matter of minutes. And today we're going to be joined by Tejas and Rod, who are our engineer and support engineers on our team who built a really cool project for one of our most recent internal hackathons. So we're going to start off with introductions and we'll kind of talk a little bit more about what you do. Or while you're introducing yourselves, you can talk a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get into the project. So Tejas, do you mind getting us started?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm an engineer here at Courier. I finished 2 years last week, so that was exciting. Yeah, I've been working on a bunch of features here, both flat platform and like customer facing features. So yeah, the recent one which we just launched, like you mentioned, was the GPT integration. Really excited to talk about this. I'm usually on the backstage or like listening from the audience side, but excited to go live with you.
That's awesome. And Rod, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a product support engineer for Courier. I'm basically on the other side of Tejas. So like if he's in the back seat, I'm in the front seat, just interacting with everybody that uses our product. Questions or anything, any debugging or implementation, they come to me first. Or if there are any bugs that are happening on our end, I make sure to go through the process of reproducing them, finding what they are, what the root cause is, and then I ping people like Tejas who come to my aid and fix it for the customer, and then I relay the information back to them. So yeah, it's like I would say a great relationship that I have with engineering. Everybody's so great, apart from Tejas, obviously. It's like 2 years. Kudos to that, and also to building this amazing product that we're going to showcase today. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
I am so excited. I can't explain to you how cool this idea is because we have been talking about AI and bringing that into developer tools for a long time. And you guys just like sat down for an internal hackathon, and within a matter of like, I don't know, 24 hours, maybe you just put this together, integrated into our actual app. And then it's now ready to go and customers can use it and kind of, just like go from zero to send notification literally in seconds at this point, right? Before we used to say minutes. So do you want to talk a little bit about like what this project is? Where did this idea come from to you originally? Why did you even think about integrating it?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit from my perspective. There was a hype which was going on in like late November, early December when ChatGPT just went live. And like in like especially in past 2 years, I would say this like applied AI has really made phenomenal progress. Before that, it was more about like purely building models and not closely tying that to software development, where like someone who is not an AI expert can use it. But that has changed now. So yeah, when hackathon, which we have like twice a year, called Dispatch, when that was it was around what 16th December, right, Rod?
Yeah, so around like mid-December.
Yeah. So it was a perfect time. Like it was like the whole GPT hype, and we were really excited of building something cool. So came up with this idea, and then we thought it will be really useful for our customers to build notifications with the help of AI, and especially GPT, which is really strong natural language model. So yeah, that's how it started. And I mean, kudos to the whole engineering unit. I think we have made like the whole architecture very solid, such that like we can build something like this, like at least a hacked version in less than a day. And then obviously we iterated and made this like production ready in like less than a month from there.
So we have a launch post if you guys want to check out and like learn a little bit more about what this launch entailed. You can go ahead and read this blog. We also have docs going to our places. And what we can actually do right now is sort of like get right into it and talk a little bit about how someone who has never used Courier before can get up and running with something like this ChatGPT powered content generator in seconds. So, do you mind kind of walking me through what you like to get started?
Yeah, sure. So I can see you have just landed on our workspace selection page. So this is the screen which you see when you just log in, and you have a bunch of workspaces to select and go and work into. So yeah, just go into one of the workspaces which you, I think it's DevRel, I guess. Or should we just create a new
Yes.
one? You can just
I'll
create
create a new one because if you are creating a new account, then you're going to need to set up a new workspace as well. Also, thank you, Dennis, for joining us in the comments, and Charla for sending out those links. This is for me. And actually, this is going to be the same for anyone who's creating a new account as well, right? Just setting up a new workspace. So I'm going to fill out the little details over here. What should we call our workspace? Any ideas?
Putting us in a spot here.
This is the most important part of the entire live stream.
Why don't we just use your handle?
Trey the Cray. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Awesome. I'm gonna stick to email because that's usually the notification that I sent out the most, but you can choose your own channel, your preferred channel. And then we're gonna click continue. I'll set up with Node.js again because that's the language and framework that I prefer. And why are we using the Gmail API? Why is that the recommended one?
sorry,
I
go
would
ahead, Rod.
say, yeah. Well, it's super easy to start with, first of all, because all you need to do is just have your already open Gmail account, and you just select it as an SSO method. You don't have to go and create a new account since a lot of people already have Gmail.
Perfect. That was a really quick and easy process. And since this is a curl command, you can choose to send out with any channel, any language. I'm going to just do what it's recommending over here. Pull up a terminal, which you can't see my terminal, can you?
Nope.
Okay, let me try to fix this screen share really quickly. In the meantime, Rod, do you mind kind of telling us a little bit about what your experience was building this project and especially using something like the OpenAI APIs and everything?
So I think this was a great project because we had like I said in the beginning, right? Like best of both worlds. So TK works mostly, building things for Courier, like, and making things better. And I'm on the other side talking to everybody that uses our product, so I get a lot of feedback, and I relay this feedback, and we pretty much just brainstorm together on what's something that could be really cool on top of what we could we use that's super popular right now is like in the tech space, right? So we thought about ChatGPT, but then I also thought about, well, one question I always get, for example, is, hey, do you guys have like translation or internationalization services or something like that? And I said, well, yes, but it's more reserved for like different use cases, and also if you want to become part of like a contract customer. But what if you wanted to just write something real quick, create like a template, an email template in a different language, for example? And I tried using ChatGPT for this. Well, and I put in like a prompt of giving me a just give me an onboarding message or email in Spanish, and it did it like seamlessly. And I was really surprised and said, look, this is a pretty cool use case that a lot of people that use our product could end up using if they want to just create a whole template in their language or in the language that their customers are using. So that was one example, at least.
That's a really cool use case. I don't think I've ever tried actually, using it, like creating prompts that ask it to build things in different languages. So we should totally try that in a second. I'm gonna add this screen share back up, and we're gonna create a new notification. I think the first one is going to be like a pre-made template. So once that populates, oh look, it's Rod. Do you guys see Rod at the top over here?
It's really multitasking, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm everywhere. If
What are you doing over there? Get back in the stream,
if you're
Rod.
a customer and you have any questions, I'm always going to be popping up everywhere, either in the chat or just as a banner. But
He's gonna find you.
yeah, don't cross me.
Don't cross Rod.
Don't cross me.
This is taking a second. I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi really struggles when we have a live stream happening at the same time. So
Oh yeah.
we're gonna
Plus, you got two. You have two guests this time, right? Last time was just Mike.
yeah, it is. While this is sort of taking care of itself, our audience probably doesn't know what Dispatch is or what these internal hackathons are all about and why we do them. So would either of you mind sort of walking us through this, any previous projects that you've built as well?
Yeah, I can give some context. And Rod, this was your first dispatch, so you
This is
can
my first one. So
can
like
talk
for
about your experience.
me, this was like a whole new experience, even though I'm shy of like a month for my year at Courier. But yeah, this is my first one. I had to miss the other one, but this was really cool for me because first of all, like I know about hackathons, but like internal hackathons, I didn't know that they were a thing. And it was super interesting to see that there was also like a competition aspect to it. And it kind of just like drove to my competitive side because I don't know, I'm pretty competitive sometimes. So like, oh, what's the prize? I want to win. And I also want to like have the best feature or maybe have it, launched to production. So I thought it was a really cool idea, but if TK can go more into the details because he's more of a veteran than me.
Yeah, so we have dispatch twice a year. It's a 1 day, 24-hour hackathon, and what we really focus on is we like when you build something, when you hack something, we want to get it into production as quickly as possible, and it should obviously have tangible customer value. So those are like the two key metric we sort of build stuff and then declare winners, which is part of the fun. But yeah, like one thing I would really like to highlight is what makes customers' lives easier. That's like the key metric. Yeah, and like some of the really widely adopted and cool features like automations, for example, has been like a part of dispatch hackathon. Even audiences for that matter, which was I think the dispatch before last dispatch. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean we want to build something really quick, but also something which can go into production because it's not just fun; it also should add ton of value. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really powerful that it's not a hackathon that's limited to engineers. So literally anyone at the company, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in customer success, anyone can come in and say, hey, I think this is something that we need and we haven't had the cycles to build it out just yet, or it hasn't been a priority, but it's going to take our product to the next level. Let's just knock it out in like 24 hours.
Yeah, which is also like one important point to mention is we we deliberately want to partner like engineers with non-engineers, so we get best of both worlds. So we also hack, but we also have like other expertise from like sales, which can tell us like this is what will add more value directly from the selling standpoint. Support engineers like Rod, which is why we also teamed up on like so we get best of both worlds basically.
Exactly. So this is working now. My Wi-Fi is finally not mad at me. So we're going to go ahead and click create new notification. TK, what is this? What is happening right now? What should I type? What should I click? How should I continue?
All right. So let's imagine like you are like a typical B2B company, for example, and then you want to build like some standard workflows like notifications for, let's say, welcoming new users, onboarding them onto your platform. Then, like, if you're e-commerce, then like letting them sort of check out, reminding them they have items in the cart, like bunch of use cases, right, which are fairly common, and you can deduce a lot of patterns from like the type of industry you're working on. So like let's keep it simple for the first notification. We can get into more complicated use cases later on. But how about we do something like welcome new user, or like a reset password, for example. uh, I don't know, Rod, do you have any interesting prompt suggestions here?
Rod's trying to run away from the police right now.
Did you hear
I don't know
that?
if
I
you can
muted
hear it.
myself because I know it's not part of the story, but like a little context, like my neighborhood can get a little lively, and it's like situated between like two avenues, so it can get really loud, and there's like a fire station close by, so that's why I muted myself. Um, so I think I'm not too familiar with this because I know the AI will generate content based on like I think the name of the notification you give it,
Yep.
but I have played more with what we can do later within the designer with using a text block where you can actually
Yeah.
generate the content inside a text block based on prompts you give it. But I think this I haven't really played with it or broken it yet, just because but
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're exactly right. Like we have it during the edit of notification, but also during the creation time. And this is sort of the first flow where you create from scratch. And like you said, it's that the name is the prompt to the AI. So we can just keep it welcome new user and like check
Perfect.
that use AI and click create notification.
Yeah, this is for lazy people like me that just don't want to think at all. And I'm just like, give me something to work with and then I can edit it later. We were sort of actually, okay, let me just click this. Let's not delay the process of showing you the magic of how this works. But while it's loading, we were talking a little bit behind the scenes with Tejas, and he mentioned how like there are like building new copy for emails or any type of notification or content in general, right? That's what ChatGPT is for, can take a long time, right? And for someone like me, I work in marketing, I write blogs, I write a lot of emails for people, right, that are participating in my events and going to my hackathons and stuff. And honestly, there are days where I'm just like, I'm going to leave this until tomorrow. And I say that every day because I just can't get myself to, be in the mindset of sitting down and writing a new email. And then I'm just like, oh shit, today's the deadline. I have to do it, right? So something like this is great because it prevents me from procrastinating. I don't have anything that's actually stopping me from getting that initial copy out. And instead of saying, I'll do this tomorrow or I'll do this next week, I can just be like, okay, I need to send a confirmation, like a registration confirmation. Let me just like type that in, and then I have that first copy. And then I can spend as much time as I need to, revising it, making it look all pretty and adding pictures and everything. But it's really good at and saving time and not letting me push
yeah,
things off too much.
that's a good point because like for me, I think if I ever write, I don't write as many as you do, Shreya, but like for me, the initial blocker is just like how can I start this, right? And if I had something like already a template built out and I could just flesh it out myself later, that already takes a lot of burden from me just trying to create like the perfect language of how to structure my email or notification. And if it's already built for me, I could just go in and just change a couple things. And we'll see later that um, like with all our templates for email, you can add variables and stuff, and they'll automatically be added to you. Like if you want to specify the name or the user or the company, which is a pretty cool feature that we have here too. Um, Once your internet catches up to,
She's taking a hot minute over here.
I mean, I can hop out if it helps your bandwidth. I'm just saying. Just
No. Yeah, I guess we can. This is like a cliffhanger over here. I'm like, I really want to know what this notification looks like. And my Wi-Fi is like, no, girl, not today. While this is figuring its shit out. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about what the future of AI powered content generator is, what your hopes are as the engineers behind a feature like this, which we unfortunately still haven't seen in action?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I like you said, like it's like you want the boring parts to be built out as fast as possible, but also with some natural element. You don't want it to be like really I don't want to use the word artificial, but you don't want it to be like dry. You also want to sound like a human, but you don't want to like create everything from scratch. So that is what this solves like really really well. And I would also imagine this, like imagine using different data points that we have as a notifications company. We understand user, we understand their preferences, we understand how they like when they get a notification, how they interact. That being a part of like a really strong AI model, uh, be it like purely natural language specific like GPT, or it could be more code centric like codex models that OpenAI also has. Like that makes it really really powerful. So like imagine you landing on Courier, uh, you telling us you are an e-commerce company, Courier building a bunch of notifications for you out of the box, and then also building like this code workflow that do this, call this Courier API for this users, use this template, and like that whole thing could be automated. So I'm
Or
really
like
excited
even,
about that part of AI especially.
yeah, even like your preferred language too. If you say, where your customers based and stuff like that, you could, and I'm thinking like, in a perfect world, right? You say, hey, my customers are based here in like Latin America, and then it'll just create like a bunch of templates already in Spanish for you based on also like the kind of company you are, like TK said. But yeah, like we also played around with using Midjourney for adding like AI generated images with this project that we did. So that was just like something kind of like a stretch goal that we had. Just, I don't know, just why not, right? Just say, hey, I want to have this image of, I don't know, maybe like uh, a hackathon or an apartment or something, like if you're a vacation rental or something and you just want to like create just a sample image of a vacation home somewhere, I don't know, in Europe or something, and then you can just add it to your notification. But I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of cool use cases for the future, but just the ones that TK talked about were great.
Yeah. I don't want to waste too much time with my crappy Wi-Fi. So Tika, do you mind screen sharing and we can just try it on your end?
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
That would be
Yes, I
awesome.
should just present.
Yeah, go for it. And then we'll add it to the screen.
Okay.
It's always fun when things go wrong in the live stream.
I feel like that's like just the rule whenever you present or when you showcase anything. It even doesn't matter how many times you rehearse it or try. Not saying we rehearse this because I already told everybody I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they just happen.
It's
It's
honestly so frustrating. All right, let's go, TK.
Okay, so I'm basically on the same page as Shreya was. We have a new notification template model. Let's try and because I already have used like other prompts. Let's come up with something interesting.
All right. Um, I want to send an email that wishes happy birthday to I don't know, is someone's birthday coming up? It was Mike's birthday the other day. Mike, who was our guest host last week. Wish Mike happy birthday.
Or we could send like TK
Right.
happy work anniversary email.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute.
I don't want to use this to send a notification to myself to wish someone. Let's do birthday wishes to user. Let's
Okay.
what shows up.
Right. If we're creating a template, we don't want to specify one specific person. We want to be
Right.
able to send it out to anybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. And this is that was so much faster.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
It really was a Wi-Fi.
I
Oh,
love I love this. There's like variables and everything is already built in. Okay, go ahead. Explain what's happening.
all right. Let's go into this editor that we have. So this is the notification editor that you see. I have email channel which you get by default when you create a new notification using AI. Couple of things to highlight. As you can see, the prompt which I had, birthday wishes to user, was in the subject. Obviously this will change. We don't want this to be the title of the email, but what's interesting here is we have used AI to build these text blocks. Text block is essentially like a section of text we have inside the editor, and we
Mhm.
have these variables. So like these are dynamic values, and whatever input you pass while sending the notification through Courier will be used to build the whole template. So yeah, we have username and company name as the variables, and let's see. We would like to wish you a very happy birthday. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty natural.
This is
What
great.
do
Let's
you-
say that we already used we did what you did just now, and then we decide that, oh, we want to add a poem or something that actually wishes someone happy birthday. How would we use the AI generator now if we want to edit things up?
let's say let's edit this text block. So we have we hope you enjoy your day. Let's say I want to use AI to change this part of the text. Then we have this toolbar which has a bunch of options, but this bulb icon especially is for the AI content generator. If I click into this, I'll zoom out a little bit. So you can put different prompts into this. So like for example, I can do something like let's try wish good day. Mm,
Or like, yeah, okay. Do you give up poems a lot to your friends for their birthday?
This part of my New Year's resolution for 2023 is to create
Man,
poems with
that
everything that I try to
okay.
say.
Well, my birthday's on May 7th, so I'm expecting a nice haiku from you for that.
You'll get a push notification and an SMS and an email.
yeah, okay, so this is also fairly interesting output. uh it it was for the birthday. I probably should have done something different than wish good day, but it's a pretty decent AI output. We have good morning name, which is also dynamic. We have we hope you have a wonderful day today in the output. It's pretty interesting output. What do you guys
And we
think?
can we can cut this up, right? Because we don't need the little good morning now because that's already part of our initial message. So we could just like delete that and we
Yeah,
can cut it down to which part of it we like. And then we can just add it to our previous email.
Yeah,
yeah,
and also if
absolutely.
you're not happy with it, you can also just regenerate a different prompt too, which will load
Yep,
it up.
yep,
Yeah.
It really
yep.
just it's up to you how you want to use it. You could just say like write a happy birthday joke, or I don't know, write a happy birthday haiku or something. Um, but yeah, after you tweak it, then you can add it to the text block that we
I
selected.
like how you're questioning my choice of poem and you decide to go for a haiku. I feel like
I mean, I like haikus because it's
people care.
short and sweet. That's all. I'm all about the
Fair.
efficiency.
Fair. All right. So once we add the content to our email, we were seeing those like green bits, and you mentioned that that's really useful for having data and being able to personalize these emails. How would we see that in action within this designer?
It's a great point. Go. So okay, so we have test events essentially that can be a part of your notification payload when you send out to users. So I'm going to create a new test event in which you can see this data thing is auto populated. So this will go into those variables that you saw. So like username can be uh,
Like,
Mike, and company is Courier, and this obviously should be Mike. All right, let's see.
Awesome. And then we can just publish these changes, and then
Yep.
Mike will get that email.
Yep. I think I need to add provider because like you have logged in with Gmail and added that as a provider. I haven't done that uh,
Okay.
on my
Oh,
system.
that's true. That's true. You need to log in with Gmail.
Let's see if I can add my Gmail here.
Awesome. Okay, could you explain what this page is? Because I think there's a lot going on, but it's very useful, especially for developers. Once a design's been created by either themselves or a designer or someone, they can sort of just like,
Yep.
Continue from this point on. Can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So the workflow is going to be, you land on the design page, you build the content, then you add a test event that would have like the user details. In this case, it was Mike. It could have like company name or username, which is the dynamic variables, and then you are on the send tab, and here you actually get to see a couple of things. You get to see the snippet. This will typically go into your, like if it's curl, it's just running from your shell, but we can have like different languages. If it's Node.js, you can put this into your Node.js backend, and we would basically send that through Courier. You can see this is Courier client, and we call Courier send endpoint with these details. So yeah, this page lets you connect the Courier APIs and like copy this code into your backend systems. You can tweak a couple of things. You can change the test event that you had configured on the preview tab. You can change the brand which goes with your company. Like it could be like different brand for different use cases. So you can also change that.
So in your case, like that little GIF that you had, right? That's part of the brand that you created.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I found it funny. It maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I thought at first I thought it was part of the AI that did that. I was like, that's really
no.
cool. But okay, mental note for maybe an upgrade. I don't know. I mean,
That
that's
would be
just
really
cool,
cool. Yeah.
Someday.
You were talking
right?
about adding like images and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Do you
I
have
yeah.
any
want to
plans?
This is
really
my
quickly
brand
say,
logo, basically.
sorry, I want to say hi to Arnav, who's joining us in the comments from YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. Arnav is actually one of our community, Courier community developers who joined our hackathon a few weeks ago and was a winner. He used the Send API to build a really cool app called Power Naps. So thanks for joining and
Nice.
thanks for building that cool project. And he is thinking about integrating this new feature into his next hackathon project.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say this image is from my brand. It's my brand logo. It's not the best use case which you want to highlight right now, but yeah, you can add images at some point. Courier will support that inside notifications as well.
I'm really excited to see that. Okay, I'm curious, can we maybe try out this AI ChatGPT powered content generator with some other use cases? I know, Rod, you were mentioning being able to generate like notifications in different languages, right? Do you want to maybe try something like that?
Yeah, we can either do it on this one, or just create a whole new one that just gives us a blank template.
Yeah, let's create a new one.
Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
just have you
Create
drive
something
TK.
more wide use case driven, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, we just call it, like, I don't know, Spanish test. I don't know. You get some flashbacks to
Oh,
those
so
who
you're
don't like Spanish.
saying
Spanish test.
So you're saying this would be like a blank notification, but the content, like on each block, we would edit into like different language contents. Is that?
Sure, like, so just like the title could be anything, since we're not going to generate the content from the title, we're going to just generate it inside of a text block in this case. Because I don't want to have the title be like this long prompt that I want to write, right? I just want to keep it simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's call it test Spanish.
Mm.
And I'll not use AI, and you can see it will not do anything.
Awesome. And we can set up the provider. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool.
So we want to open up, yeah, we want to add a text block
Yep.
and AI content generator. Now, let's see. I had a good one that I thought of, just like, let's see. I'm thinking maybe like just write an email in Spanish, but I don't know what should it say.
What could that email be?
How
We
about
did like
doing
a
like,
fun one, like a birthday one. How about something a little bit more functional, like a user onboarding or something
okay,
like that?
so like welcome new users to using Courier in Spanish.
You could do that.
Okay.
I think something like this could be really powerful because now that a lot of companies are remote, you can sort of like enable companies to work with, or they already are working with people around the whole world. And now, breaking down that language barrier and everything. I don't know why I can't talk. I'm sorry. But you get what I mean.
It's Thursday. It's morning. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
still finishing my coffee, so I'm not 100% there. Like, I think 100% still in bed, but I don't know. It's fine. People will understand. So
So
yeah,
someone
that
says,
looks good.
welcome new users.
So
Um,
that looks pretty decent prompt. Let's see what
I,
happens.
I'll quickly, maybe, never mind. I was going to suggest maybe we want to change that to use a Courier API so that it doesn't confuse Courier with like any random courier in the world.
oh, I tried to. I think by just capitalizing the actual name, it was so. Okay, let's see.
And I would like
You're
to
going to
add,
have
like,
to,
Rod knows both Spanish and French, so he can
yeah.
tell better how this really.
TK,
Yeah.
you did not need to be hyping me up like this. Like, this is not a job interview, man. Like, I feel already too much in the spotlight here, but yeah, I do. And I mean, apart from like just a couple like line breaks, I think this is great. Um, maybe a couple exclamation points would be nice. I don't know. I'd share a little more excitement, but yeah, technically it's saying thank you for using Courier. We hope you enjoy using a new application to send and receive notifications. I don't know about that. We should probably tweak that. We are here to help you in any case, so please do not hesitate in contacting us, me, if you have any questions or troubles. We're here to help you.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
not too bad. Just a couple tweaks, but I mean, the Spanish is solid. I'm sure I have a lot of friends that would have enjoyed having this during the Spanish test. That I used to take Spanish just because it was an easy A. So just FYI, I'm also lazy, sure, yeah. So
Nice. I guess a recommendation for someone using this who isn't a Spanish speaker, like I wouldn't have known that we should, remove a couple of words from there, is to first generate it in English and then ask, that same generator to translate that piece into
Right.
Spanish.
Right. So you can specify that as a prompt. One thing I would like to
Mhm.
really highlight also is uh, this is like inside one text block inside the whole notification. So we would at some point have a complete context of other blocks or other parts of the notification as well. So it will know like what the whole notification is about, and then it can change like the specific part of the content in like a different language or change the whole thing in different language. That's like one part. Other also important feature we have is we have like a whole workflow specification where you can send these updates to other people who are specialized in different languages, and then they can have their feedback, they can tweak on their end and resync the data back into Courier. So that's really powerful, where this really scales across like multiple languages, and then you get like special sort of feedback on different languages as well.
That's really awesome.
Should how about we change the language, or like I think Shira, you had a recommendation for a prompt here. Yes.
I had a recommendation for this prompt. I
I
don't
think
remember.
you mentioned wait, I think you said onboarding use case, right? Or new feature launch.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Doing like an onboarding, especially if you're like a team that's working with people from a different part of the world.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's try uh, onto the platform in French.
Nice.
oh man, okay. Let's see if I still got it. Oh wow, they even changed the variable to like client name. That's pretty cool. Um, you
Nice.
got your your what is this? Your autocorrect, I guess, or your is
Oh, this,
going
this is
crazy.
my
What is
default.
happening here?
This is
It's
my
like
default
everything's
language
wrong.
being US English.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna read it because I'm self conscious, but it looks yeah. No typos here.
I feel like the good thing is grammatically it would be better than just using something like Google Translate, because sometimes it'll translate things word for word, but it won't really make sense in the other language. Whereas for this, it makes sense and it's legible, but it might not necessarily, not legible, readable, but it might not necessarily have the exact content that you want. So definitely start with the language that you understand and then ask the AI to translate that for you.
Yeah. I
Yep,
mean,
yep.
this looks great. I would just say again, like maybe add a couple line breaks. Some of these you might want to hyperlink because it's saying like, if you want to start to improve your experience, we recommend that you check out our guide, right? But then that would be nice to
This
like
could be a
hyperlink
link.
that to
Yeah,
somewhere.
this could be a link.
Yeah, very good, TK.
Nice.
French 101. But yeah, that looks great. It Yeah, when we were testing it during the hackathon, I was pretty impressed at how great it was. It would have been nice to have that during French class.
This is really great. Thank you so much for demoing it. Really quickly, can you take us back to the page where you can kind of test this out in different codes and everything in different languages?
Uh,
Like the send
sure.
tab? Yeah.
Yeah, so we can publish changes. We can add in our little user data.
Yep. How about we change this to also be dynamic, and then this can be a link. Yes.
Nice. You can also just hyperlink it in the designer if you want to, but this isn't in case you want to send out different links to different people or on different occasions.
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Cool.
And the cool thing with something like nom du client is that you, instead of adding it as a data variable, you could add it as a user profile variable. And then if you have like 1,000,000 or like 1,000 users, Courier will automatically take their name. Instead of you wouldn't have to like recreate a new event for every single one. This is just for testing purposes.
Yep. I'm just gonna change this so it doesn't stay the same. No,
Mike? Oh, I was just gonna say anybody's name.
And what we'll do is we'll send a link in the chat for our Node.js quick start, but on our documentation, you'll see all of the quick starts for other languages as well. And in that, you'll see how you can kind of change up this API call and actually get it integrated into your own code base as well.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. You're sending it to yourself. So yes, like Mike's going to get a bunch of emails that he's not expecting.
I'm on the train for spamming Mike's inbox.
Awesome. All right. So that is the introduction and sort of tour through our new ChatGPT powered content generator. Thank you so much, Rod and Tejas, for joining us. Do you have any last words, any hopes and dreams for how people are supposed to use this new feature that you've created?
I would just say just play with it. It's so much fun. There's really nothing else to it. I mean, just like be creative. I know people will say, hey, just having this type of tool that creates a template for you just takes the fun out of it. But like, I think just creating different things and seeing what you can come up with is just fun on its own. And then you can tweak it yourself if you want it more personalized, or if you want to add more variables, or if you want to just, I don't know, add different content to it. Because once you have like the actual copy down, you can have more fun with the actual like templating. You can choose your brand, you can use other images or whatever you want to insert into your own notification, and just, I don't know, just make it personalized based on your company, your brand, and how you want it to look. And you don't have to worry much about like what you have to write, because now this feature takes care of that.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Just to add, like, basically prompt is where you have to get really creative, and then it will, like, the AI should handle the rest of the part. So yeah, really exciting, and this is just the beginning of how powerful GPT can get, or like other models which OpenAI and other companies are also building. One also interesting thing to highlight is it's not just going to be like one single company or one single technology will adopt. across AI, we will adopt like different technologies from the best companies and best models, and then sort of aggregate and provide that natively through our studio or through our APIs and through Courier as a whole product.
One last
Awesome.
thing too.
Yeah, go
Sorry,
for it.
I would say we wouldn't have this if it weren't for y'all, right? Like everyone on the other side of this, like our customers, people using Courier, we're using ChatGPT, because I interact with all these people and they tell me, hey, listen, just give us your feedback. Like tell us what works, what doesn't work, what bothers you, what you really like about it, because then we're always listening. And if we find a common use case and we say, hey, people really like having a Spanish feature or having a French feature or something, yeah, just let us know, because we're not just gonna leave you on red. We'll see it and then we'll talk about it. It's like, hey, we should probably like have this feature, and yeah, who knows? Maybe in the next hackathon, we'll implement it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the future of Courier. Arnav's got it right on the nose. This is exactly what we want you to do with it. We want you to build out custom templates as quickly as you need to, and then you can go back and, edit things however you prefer. But it's really about getting you from zero to send as quickly as possible. I do want to say, if you want to sign up for Courier.com, you can't really see that well on screen, but we'll send a link in the chat. You can go to app.courier.com/sign up and get started using this new feature that Tejas and Rod have built. And we also have a hackathon going on right now. So if you happen to use this, there's actually a prize that is specifically for this feature. So you can submit it to the AI powered tools winner. And there's 2 people that can win this award. And we have not gotten any submissions for it yet. So please feel free to use it, and you may get $100. And I think that that's better than nothing. And then last but not least, next week, we're going to have an event driven notifications with segment live stream workshop with Ben Link, who's going to be walking us through how to build a really awesome project with Courier and Segment's new integration. And yeah, I'm really excited for all of you to join us next week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us. Our socials are right next to our underneath our names, and you can tweet at us or you can reach out to us via email, our names at courier.com. And yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Awesome. Thanks
Bye.
so
Thank you,
much.
Shreya. Thanks, TK.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. See you.
Bye.